What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode number 7 of the Under the Lights podcast. I'm your host, Jackson Sadler. They call me Herb. I'm here with my co-hosts, Chase Tidwell and Callum Reeves. Today we're going to be going over our reactions from last week of college football, last week in NFL. We'll talk a little bit about the division series thus far in the MLB. We'll talk a little bit about the NHL with the regular season starting here tomorrow, actually, as we're recording this. But yeah, no, got anything before we hop into college football reactions?
Nah, man. Texas Tech 12-0, still alive, baby. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Texas, brutal loss.
Yeah. We'll get into that in just a second. Yeah, let's just talk about college football. We'll go game by game, kind of like how we did our predictions. First game I want to touch on Washington. They beat Maryland. They were down by 20 in the third quarter, actually. William Jr. played a pretty solid second half. That's kind of take away from it. They shouldn't have been down that much in the first place, I don't think. But they came back and they got it done, luckily. So, yeah. I don't really have a lot to say about it. What y'all thinking?
I think, Callum?
Not really.
Yeah. I really like both of these teams. I think both of them are top 25 teams. I don't know if they should be ranked because of resume, but I'm a big fan of the Washington running back, quarterback, offense. I like the coach they used to replace Kellen DeBoer. And Maryland, I like them. They were going to be ranked if they won the game against Washington, but they blew it. So, unfortunately, they will not be. But, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we go into Cincinnati and Iowa State. I think I was the only one of us three that had Cincinnati to win.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
my gosh.
By 8. They were dominating from the get-go. They were up 17-0.
It wasn't as close as the score seems.
As the score seems, Cincinnati had the run on them for most of the game. They dominated the run game. Not phenomenal on the pass, but they weren't bad by any means. The run game was definitely a little bit more prominent in the game, but yeah, happy I got my pick right.
Yeah, all I have to add about this is that I obviously am surprised that Iowa State went out and they lost this game to Cincinnati. But like we had mentioned in our predictions video, we have a really, really ugly friend who goes to Iowa State, and so they probably looked up in the crowd and they just saw his face, and then they were like, "Bro, we can't keep doing this," and so that's probably what happened.
Yeah, Cincinnati has one of the best quarterbacks in the country. It's going a little underlooked. He's a stud. He's a dog, and I'm not surprised Cincinnati won because they were favored. Yeah. But I am surprised by how they did. I do think they dominated the score. It shows it was a one possession game, but they dominated, and a late surge by Iowa State made it closer. But yeah,
scored 8 points, 4 minutes left in the game, and didn't get the onside or timeout, so I didn't watch the end of the game. All right, next, number 24, Virginia. They beat Louisville in a overtime thriller, their second one in a row. I don't really have anything on this game. Good job, Virginia. I think that they're a pretty solid football team. I think that, they kind of proved their worth beating FSU. They beat Louisville on the road. Yeah, I like them a lot.
Tell me anything?
I have nothing.
All right, yeah. Virginia, I had Louisville in this game. I thought Louisville's better, but that's 2 back-to-back really good games or good wins from Virginia. I think they're a legit pretty good team. They have Chandler Morris, right? That's their quarterback from UNT.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, they have a good team. They've outdone my expectations the past 2 weeks, and I was wrong about them. So yeah.
Yep. All right, we have Tech putting the BTA on Houston. Connor Weigman gets hurt pretty early in the game with the upper body injury. I don't think it matters. Even if he was in the game, Tech was going to dominate as they were expected to do. Morton played pretty solid. He threw 28 for 40, 345 passing yards, and a touchdown. Not a bad outing for Texas Tech. I think they're gonna win out the rest of the year. Win the Big 12, probably get a bye in the playoff. I were to predict the rest of the season. I think they're a pretty solid team. I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the year.
Callum?
What's up?
Anything?
If you have
About
anything?
Tech? No.
Oh, well,
Right.
I'm happy that Tech won, and I agree that Tech will win. Obviously, if I'm not mistaken, they're not playing TCU this year. So that's obviously why they're going to go undefeated. But
You got them more than 6 games?
oh yeah, for sure.
You had Tech. Mind you, he had Tech.
Tech's going to go 12-0
6-6.
now. If Tech had to play TCU, they'd go 11-1.
All right, Chase, what do you think?
Texas Tech is legit. They're one of the best teams in the nation. They are top 10 now, number 9. They could get in the top 5 by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think so.
They could they'll at least knock on wood go 11-1. They could drop one to like an Arizona State away, maybe a BYU, maybe a random like trap game. But they have a good chance to go 12-0. I think they're legit. They have one of the best pass rushes, run defenses in the country. They spent big in the transfer portal. They have an NFL defensive line, 4 NFL players, plus the best defensive player in the country, Jacob Rodriguez, number 10 linebacker. He's a playmaker. And they have good DBs, good all-around, explosive offense. They are legit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got number 6 A&M. They take care of Mississippi State. I mean, Marcel Reed didn't look great. He went 13 for 23, 2 touchdowns and an interception, a really bad interception to add on to that. Threw it into like quadruple man coverage 50 yards down the field. I love A&M, and I have since I was an infant, a baby.
A baby boy.
I just don't see them as good as their rank tells them to be. I think that Marcel Reed is mid. I don't think he's that good. Can't really throw the deep ball as much as I thought he could. He's good on his feet, but I think that teams have kind of realized that he's good on his feet, so they work to limit it as much as they can, which they've done a good job of. They only put up 7 points in the first half, of which only came within the closing minutes of the first half. They were losing the 3-0 most of it, and I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous for this Florida game next week against A&M. I think that Marcel Reed needs to step up a little bit. He has the weapons to do so. He has Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver, arguably top 20 receivers, maybe even top 10 receivers in the SEC right now. I mean, they're playing great. He has the offense to do great things. He just needs to step up. I think he's weighing the offense down. The defense has definitely progressively gotten a little bit better since their first week. They let up 24 points to UTSA and like 22 to Utah State. So it wasn't looking great. But I mean they're kind of getting better and better as the weeks go. But yeah, they take care of it and they're moving on. First time they're 5-0 in a while, I believe. But yeah.
Yeah, what I have to say about this game is obviously I did not predict Texas A&M to win the game. Unfortunately, I was driving up to Norman, Oklahoma Saturday. I did not really see any of the college football games, so I don't really know the whole story of this game, but definitely just very, very, very unfortunate for Texas A&M to pick up a win.
Yeah, Chase.
Yeah, I think A&M, they go as far as Marcel Reed takes them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's very far. I could see them finishing the season with 2, 3, maybe even 4 losses, because they will have a stretch of tough away games, LSU, Missouri, etc. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have A&M who hasn't won a game in Death Valley. I don't think since I've been alive. I think it's been pre my birth that they have won a game at Death Valley before they joined the SEC. I mean, something about it, man. It's just Death Valley's a really hard place to play. They're a rival. They're playing Texas in Austin. I mean, Texas isn't looking great, but it's also a rivalry game, so it can go either way. I
believe they're playing. It's Missouri at.
Yeah, Missouri's at Missouri.
And then they get to play South Carolina at home, but
I think they take one of those 3 games. I think they'll go 9-3 or 10-2. Is my prediction for them.
They could even fall, 7
They also don't have that tough of a schedule,
5.
in my opinion. I mean, they have you play you're playing SEC teams, so no SEC schedule is going to be easy by any means, but you're playing teams that are on kind of the lower end of the SEC, I would say. I think Missouri's a little bit overrated every year. They kind of do the same thing to Missouri every year where they kind of put them high in the rankings, and they're proven to not be that good. So I'm not as worried about Missouri, but they're playing away, so it will be a hard game. But yeah, I say let's move on from A&M. Next I have number 10 Alabama beats number 16 Vandy. It wasn't by it was a close first half. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but Pavia didn't look great from what I saw. He looked okay. It's not like he looked bad, but he didn't look phenomenal. Um, Only 14 points for Vandy. I think Ty Simpson with his game he threw 340 yards and 2 touchdowns. He reintroduced his name right back at the top of that Heisman list for contenders. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say here. I mean, I predicted it coming into it. I think that they wanted revenge from last year. And yeah, I mean, like Chase kind of said last week, he doesn't think Pavia is
He's
as
good, not great.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm saying, he played okay, not phenomenal.
I was kind of surprised by this game. I what, dude? I picked
This dude picked
Vanderbilt
Vandy, bro.
because I really, really, honestly did think they were gonna win that game. So when I was driving and I pulled up my phone to check the scores and I see Vanderbilt winning or losing, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, well, when we did our predictions episode, I had Alabama winning by 2 touchdowns, and that's how much they won by. This is not surprising
Yeah.
whatsoever. Vanderbilt is a good, not great team. They're a good
Yep.
team around the country. They're a solid SEC team. That's about it. They should be
Yep.
ranked still. Pavi is a good quarterback, good team, good coach. Just good, not great. That's sums up the Vanderbilt football
Yep.
team.
All right. Well, we head into the game day. Oh no, that was the game day game. Oh, we head into number 3 Miami, at FSU. Carson Beck throws for 4 touchdowns. He is, I think, yeah, he's number 2 or 3 for my Heisman picks. Um, I mean, he played good. I think we've talked about this already. I mean, he has the weapons that he needs to be a great quarterback, and he is a great quarterback as of right now. They're beating good teams. They have a good defense. I like Miami a lot. Um, yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to go over. I mean, they were ahead pretty much the whole game, if not the whole game. I didn't watch it a whole lot. We were watching UFC whenever the game was going on, but I saw they weren't winning by. It wasn't really a close game.
Yeah, Carson Beck is gonna play on Sundays.
Why is that? What traits do you think are NFL caliber?
Well, he's just, been able to be a starter in college for this long and be on good teams and lead them to success. So, even if he's a backup and he'll get drafted to the Rams is probably what Chase will predict. But I think
predict
that
every quarterback.
I think that he'll probably get drafted.
Yeah, he has a good arm. He's a way better decision maker this year. He has weapons to actually show off his arm talent. Miami is my number 1 team in the nation. I've had it like that the past couple weeks. I think they have the best edge rusher in the country, Bain. Oh my gosh, he is a stud. He could be the number 1 draft pick in the next draft in 2026. He is that good.
Yeah.
And yeah, Miami dominates. They're damn good. That's my only takeaway from that game.
All right, well, my favorite game of the week, we're going to talk about the last college football game that we predicted. Florida takes down number 9 Texas. Texas is now unranked. Feels amazing to me, but also it's kind of a bad thing because if OU does drop this game, it kind of looks bad on their end. O-line looked terrible. I mean, Chase has said this. I mean, the O-line is probably their biggest problem on offense.
It'll go as far as it
hasn't been
takes.
playing great.
No, not close.
And Archman is the most overhyped dude ever. I mean, and it's not even saying that much because they were comparing him to Team Tebow, and you can't really put that on him because like he's getting overhyped because of his last name. But yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I'm just happy,
Yeah, horns down. Longhorns aren't real. Screw Texas. And Florida Gators are going to maybe. I have A&M, but they might win. But yeah,
OU?
impressive win from Florida.
What?
For A&M.
No, Florida is playing A&M. And
I thought
Florida
you were
beat
talking about- okay.
Texas.
I see what you're saying.
Florida beat Texas,
Yeah.
so I still have A&M, but impressive win from Florida. So who knows?
Yeah.
Sussy Spider.
Yeah, I have. Wait, no. Recap. Yeah, Texas is so underwhelming. Preseason number 1, unranked by week 6 or 7, and and the O line's terrible. Arch Manning he's getting kind of underrated at this point. I think they've completely jumped ship. He's played better than it seems. The O line is not doing him any favors. I think if they had the O line Quinn Ewers had last year, Arch Manning is not in the Heisman race, but I think he's higher up there than he is right now. And yeah, but I think Florida is a little bit better than their record showed at 1-3. They Same thing with A&M. I think they go as Lagway goes. I think the defense is fine. Billy Napier, the coach, he might be fired after the season. I think that's a real possibility for sure.
I mean, I guess depending on how the rest of the season goes. I mean, if they beat A&M, that's another big win, and it kind of propels the rest of their season. I think kind of.
And they just have a gauntlet of a schedule, so that could also be a reason he doesn't get fired. But yeah, not looking great. Texas looks bad. Defense looks bad. O-line looks bad. Quarterback play is not as near what it needs to be. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, that's it for that. All I have for. Oh wait, no, I don't. That's not all we have for football. Yeah. Our updated rankings. I'm 13-3. I went 7-1 in my picks this week. The only game I dropped was, what was it? Texas. We all missed Texas. And then Chase went 6-2 this week. 10-7 is his 10-6 is his total record.
I went 8
Callum went 3-5.
Oh,
he did the
8
first week. He is 6-10 through our 2 weeks of our picks. Yeah.
Breaking news. Ilya Taporia and his wife have allegedly broken up and removed all photos of each other from their social media.
See, you captured on the video live reaction to Ilya Taporia breaking up with girlfriend.
Breakup.
Was it girlfriend or was it his wife?
It was his partner. I think it was his wife. I don't know. They have a son, bro. That's sad.
Yeah.
But it says, Lord have mercy on his next opponent, which will probably be Justin Gaethje.
I thought it was McGregor. All right, okay. Wrong sport. Let's go.
I went 8-0 on the week, and I'm 16-0 now on my picks. So
yeah, comeback story will be crazy.
All right. Well, we head into do y'all have any changes that y'all make to this 25? I know I have mine. I think OU should be over A&M. I think OU is
I fully agree.
above. I think that OU kind of propels above A&M. They have a better defense. I think the only thing that A&M has over OU right now is their receiving, solely because of Mario Craver and Casey Concepcion, and then Le'Veon Moss is a better running back than OU has. I think OU beats them in the O-line category. I think they beat them in the quarterback category. I think they beat them in all defensive categories, special teams, everything. I think OU is just the better team. They have a better differential when they played Auburn. I mean, I feel like it's kind of obvious to me. They're kind of doing it, I think, because John Mateer's hurt. But he's going to be back in a week. He could play the game against Texas. He's doubtful, but it could happen. But yeah, I think Notre Dame's too high. They don't have any quality wins. I think their most valid win so far is Arkansas. Not a good win. I mean, it's an SEC team. It's still like an okay win, but they're not ranked. They're not great. Sam Pittman got fired. I mean, I think Notre Dame's too high. Same thing with Michigan. I think they're too high as well. And then I think that, honestly, you should have kept either Texas or Penn State in rather than FSU. Kind of put them in the 25 spot. I think that it could be flipped. I mean, I'm not really that mad about it. I think it could be either way. But yeah. I don't really.
Yeah, and
pass.
with all that being said, obviously I fully agree with you on OU and A&M. OU should definitely be above A&M, especially you look at their traits like their defense and whatnot. But then on top of that, you have guys like Grant Millington who don't know ball and sit here and like to argue and over and over again. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're just indoctrinated Aggies. So yeah, negative shout out to Grant Millington. Use a bitch, bruh.
All right. Well, Chase went to go do something, so might as well. I don't know. I want to say let's move into NFL, but I don't really want to talk.
The
He's back.
National
There we go.
Football League.
Okay,
Well,
here. I got
With all
some
that being
changes to the top
said,
25. I got some
Okay.
changes to the top 25. I think Ole Miss is too high. I think they have a good resume. I think this is still a little too high. I think they're overrated. They're not that great. Even their Trinidad Chambliss, he's a dog. He's for real. He's a good quarterback.
OU BTA in Norman, Oklahoma.
Hey,
John
we'll see
Mateer will
that.
be back.
They play Ole Miss?
Yeah,
That'd be a good
the
game.
24th, 2 weeks.
That
guys,
could be
more
game
breaking
day.
news.
What's up?
Magomedov Ankalaev fought with broken ribs this weekend.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's not real. They're saying that to try and cover for loss.
Next.
Yeah, I
Michigan's
agree.
too high. They don't have very many
Mhm.
quality wins. They're a fine football team, but I don't think they're number 15.
Yeah.
Next. One more. I think Vanderbilt. Never mind. I'm not going to do Vanderbilt like that.
Also, guys, I'm sorry for my roommate. Just decides to fucking clean up in the middle of this recording. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, just besides
Everybody go to Tanner Gale on Instagram and send hate.
hate
Drop a hate
comments on this. Yeah. What were you saying? Michigan?
Yeah,
You said Michigan?
yeah.
I agree. Yeah. All right, I think we hop into NFL. That's all I really had. Talk about college football for the week. We can hop into 49ers. They beat the Rams on Thursday Night Football. I didn't really watch the game. It's kind of surprising. I mean, I don't know. It was a 3-point game. It was a good game. I don't really have a lot of comments on it. I didn't watch it, so I can't really speak on it that much. I don't think Matt Stafford and the Rams really played all that bad. It's just the 49ers played a little bit better. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
tell you
game
who won
went
the
to-
game. Oh, you got it.
It went to overtime. Well, I'm sure you'll have more analysis than me. Obviously, the game went to overtime, and you look at the box score, and it almost looks like the Rams have better stats all along, and it was from what I can tell, it looks like there was some costly turnovers, and that cost LA the game.
No, it really did. Kyron Williams fumbled the ball at literally the goal line. I think that's a huge turning point. And I will say the reason the 49ers won this game is Kyle Shanahan, one of the best coaches. He is so good, and you've seen it with Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo. He elevates quarterbacks and makes them play and keeps it easy on them. Mac Jones looked phenomenal. No discredit to Mac Jones. He played great. He made good plays. But Kyle Shanahan is a magician when it comes to quarterbacks. He's at the top of the league. And good win for the Niners. They are very banged up. That's the word. Nick Bosa's out. Fred Warner's a little banged up. Brock Purdy's out. Kittle's out. Brandon Ayuk's out. They got to win. They can maybe sneak into the playoffs if they keep stacking up W's. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Next we head into the London game. Vikings, they beat the Browns. Browns were ahead for most of this game. I was asleep because me and Callum were watching UFC
I was
in
awake.
Oklahoma. Yeah, Callum was awake. I mean, the Browns played their defense. I mean, they were ahead for majority of it, and the Vikings.
They played their
the Vikings
defense.
snuck
They
out with the
put their
win.
defense on the
They
field.
played their defense.
They
I
did.
still think they're top 3 defense in the league. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a really interesting game because
Yeah.
the first half, going into halftime, the Browns were on top. So Minnesota gets the win, but it's by no means a pretty game. Obviously Justin Jefferson, 123 yards receiving. He had a great game, but and a win's a win, especially in the NFL. But it's just kind of a bleh when I feel like against the Browns. And obviously, like Herb said, no discredit to the Browns. I think they have a good defense, but I really don't know what else to say on that. Dylan Gabriel, he was not very accurate. He did throw 2 touchdowns. No turnovers in terms of interceptions, but it was just kind of like a really boring London game, which London games tend to be for some reason. And so, Herb didn't really miss much by being asleep. It was just, 21-17, just kind of a boring morning London game to bridge the gap to the 12 o'clock window.
We got Broncos Jets for the next London game next week, which is going to be even more.
Yeah,
it's because it's always like bad teams that are willing to travel all these miles.
For the 8:30 game that just happened, Dylan Gabriel is what I expected him to be. He's better than Joe Flacco. He had a high floor, low ceiling. He's very accurate. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He doesn't really turn the ball over. He puts them in better position to win than Joe Flacco, even though I think Shadur is the best quarterback out of the 3. I'm not just saying that. I think he's the best NFL ready. He's a really good quarterback for circumstances. On the other side, Justin Jefferson, he's on GOAT trajectory as wide receiver. It's like that. He's ridiculous. No, and the thing is, no matter what the quarterback is, he's had Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, Kirk Cousins. No disrespect to them, they're all solid to mid quarterbacks.
Josh Dobbs.
He's quarterback proof, which only the greats are. And the one thing to take him off GOAT trajectory is Jerry Rice's crazy longevity. He played 20 plus seasons of 1,000-yard football. Just ridiculous. Justin Jefferson, everybody puts him at number 1, but he's still underrated, underappreciated. He is one of the best receivers we've seen in the game ever. I
actually put him at 2.
That's just crazy.
I think CeeDee Lamb's better, which I don't know. You might disagree with me. You might agree with me because you're a Cowboys fan, but no, I think CeeDee Lamb's better.
No, Justin Jefferson is the best. CeeDee Lamb, I'll put him at 3. Chase at 2. But CeeDee Lamb is one thing about him that makes him great. He's so versatile. You can put him in the slot. You can put him outside. He has a huge route tree, good hands. Even though he kind of sold week 1, but it's okay. Everyone messes up. But that's my takeaway from the Vikings-Browns game.
All right. Next game I have down. The Texans destroyed the Ravens pretty badly. 34 points. Lamar Jackson's out. We know this Ravens defense sucks. CJ Stroud played a great game, 23 for 27, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns. I didn't think it was going to be this bad of a beatdown, but it definitely was a beatdown by a long shot. Kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Say Flowers kind of screwed me in fantasy.
What I have to say about this game is, obviously, you got to give your respect to the Texans. It's not their fault that Lamar Jackson's not playing. But they go and they put in Cooper Rush. He fairly accurate, 14 for 20, but he throws 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. Absolutely atrocious interceptions. And, it shows, the Ravens really do rely on Lamar Jackson to be in these games, but also, obviously the 3 interceptions is huge. You're giving your opponent the ball 3 times. But on the other side of things, outside of week 1, Derrick Henry, really has just not looked good the whole year. And I think that, people were saying for years, oh, this is the year Derrick Henry regresses. This is the year he regresses. And he never would. He'd still have 2,000 yards. But, I think, and he did have a touchdown, but he only had 33 yards, 15 carries. I think Derrick Henry really is slowing down at this point. So, Ravens, who would have had him at 1-4 after 5 weeks? Nobody. But, and, some of that's unlucky, with injuries, and also they were just unlucky in the beginning of the year. But, very, very surprising beatdown from the Texans.
Yeah, the Ravens, they are depleted and injured. Roquan Smith is out. Madubuike, their best defensive player, is out for the season. Marlon Humphrey has been a disappointment. Jair Alexander has been getting healthy scratched all year, so obviously he's not very good anymore. Lamar's out, obviously. Derrick Henry, see, that's crazy. After week 1, I was like, damn, he's really going to do it again. And then the past 3 weeks, I'm like, no. At week 2, he slows down. He looked bad, fumbles. I'm like, damn. I mean, I still got to see more from him declining. And then the week after week after week, he's been disappointing, which is scary because he's an all-time great running back. He really is. And I hope it's not it because he is legendary and I love watching him play. And with the Ravens, they're a huge disappointment. I don't care they're injured. They're one of the most talented teams in the league, and they're 1-4 now. They luckily the division sucks this year, and they need to turn the table. They need to get to 10 wins. 10 wins will get them in, beat the Steelers twice. I think they can do it. I think Lamar misses one more game against the Rams, then their bye week, and he's back after that. And then they got to lock in and turn the table. I think they could, but it's not looking great. The defense sucks. It's just terrible. Even healthy, yep. It was. Orr is going to be gone. All the coaching is terrible, and it's a disappointment.
Do you think?
What were you gonna say?
This is Harbaugh's last year in Baltimore.
I think so. If they don't turn it around,
yeah. I think that obviously, he won him a Super Bowl. He's a great coach, but it gets to a point where even great coaches, their time's over in their city, and I think that this could definitely be Harbaugh's last year.
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore. And they were my number 1 preseason team by far. They were from week 11 on last season. They were the number 1 defense. They had a great defense, and they had the best rushing attack in NFL history last year, and nothing changed from this year, and they just look terrible. It's surprising. But yeah, that's my takeaway from that game.
Yeah. Next we have Saints. They beat the Giants. There's not a whole lot to say on this. It's Coffin Baby versus Coffin Baby.
Yeah. I really don't have anything to say on this. I'm not going to lie.
I really don't. I'm
surprised that I guess I'm a little bit surprised that the Giants lost. I thought that the Giants were going to win. But I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really be surprised that one of the worst teams beats another one of the worst teams. It's just kind of like a toss-up. So I don't really have a whole lot to say here.
I think I'll talk about the quarterback. Jackson Dart, he has a lot to work on. He has accessories. He looks cool. He has aura. He has a lot to work on. His decision-making, his turnovers are just terrible. He's showed flashes, though. That's promising for the Giants. He's made NFL throws, tight windows, and on the other side, Spencer Rattler, I liked him coming out of the draft. He's not good by any means, but he is a solid NFL quarterback in the league, bridge quarterback. I think he has something there, and I think, and also Kellen Moore, he's doing a good job with the Saints. They have him competitive every week this season when everyone expected them to be the worst team.
Yeah. One thing I do have to say about this game is Jackson Dart. Like you were talking about after the game was over. Where he said, "Yeah, it's my fault we lost." I feel like, I agree. I feel like that's a very admirable thing to do.
It's great.
So is Scadaboo. Scadaboo was like, "Yo," he was like turning to the crowd. He's like, "Yo."
Oh, another thing, they turned the ball over on 5 straight drives. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's unreal.
That was unreal.
And then they had the fumble that goes like 89 yards all the way to the house from the Saints.
They had 2 of those.
You're not going to win a game turning over the ball that many times.
Yeah. Okay, well, next I have the Broncos beat the Eagles. I have it written. I said Broncos beat Eagles, and in parentheses I wrote hell yeah. Screw the Eagles. Finally take a loss. Such a boring team. Bo Nix gets it done in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm just happy that they lost, man. They put up 18 points in the fourth quarter to get the job done. I mean, good for them. Jalen Hurts, is all right. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say on it besides, yay, Eagles lost.
Yeah, I'm obviously ecstatic that the Eagles lost. I was just going to keep picking against them until they finally did lose a game. But like you were saying, I mean, the true story of this game for the Broncos, well, there's 2, but a big one is really the fourth quarter. Because before that, it was 3-27. I remember I was watching this yesterday with my dad, and going into the fourth quarter, it's 3-27, and I'm like,
3-17.
Stupid Eagles.
27?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
yeah, you're right. 17, not 27. I added 10 for some reason, but 3-17. And I was
4 touchdowns.
And I was watching Yeah. And I was just like kind of pissed. I was like, dude, the stupid Eagles are going to get another win. And it's like, I was also just kind of surprised. Like, the Broncos were a playoff team last year and they just haven't looked great. Honestly, offensively, they haven't looked great is the true story of the game because, like I was saying, the reason that they.
All right,
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Obviously, he had 242 yards and a touchdown, but I know I've said this like 3-4 times. The real story of this game is the Broncos defense. The Broncos defense is the main reason that kept him in this game, especially even in the fourth quarter. They hold Philly to no points in the fourth quarter. Philly starts to see, oh crap, the Broncos are coming back. They're scoring some points. And the Broncos defense, best corner in the league, and they hold Philly. Philly had a couple chances to try and score, and they were not able to do it because of Denver's great defense. So defense wins the game here and holds Eagles to 17 points, and I'm very happy that the Eagles finally lost a game.
If I was an Eagles fan, obviously you're coming off the Super Bowl, but I would be scared for the season. The offensive coordinator looks bad. Terrible play calling. Saquon Barkley looks heavily regressed. He's averaging like 3 yards a carry. He's looked bad. The whole offense looked bad.
He averaged 5 yesterday.
Yeah, we're talking about the season. He had 6 carries, so that's very small sample size.
They're slowing it down. They're definitely slowing down feeding him the ball.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right.
Yeah, but I don't know what the problem then. Eagles are not what they were last year. They're not as good. They're very beatable. There's no great team. There's no elite team in the NFL this year. Everybody has flaws. I think that's good for the NFL this season. It's gonna have amazing playoffs. No front runner.
Yeah.
And Broncos side, I'm not big Bo Nix. Cortland Sutton might be top 10, by the way. He is one of the most underrated players in the league. He is ridiculously good and underappreciated. On the defensive side, they will keep him in games. They have Patrick Surtain, obviously, Defensive Player of the Year from last year. And this year, Nick Bonito, their edge rusher, is the Defensive Player of the Year frontrunner. Leads the league in sacks, leads the league in pressures. He is underrated. He's getting his recognition now, but he is a dog. He's one of the best players in the league. He's really good. Yeah. Broncos defense is elite. Sean Payton has done amazing with the team, and they will win games because of their defense.
Yeah. All right. Next on here, I have the Cowboys beat the Jets. It was expected. I knew the spread. I told Callum, man, I wanted to pick against the spread so bad, but I didn't because I know how bipolar the Cowboys are sometimes. But I was happy. Breece Hall and Javonte Williams helped cash my parlay. Thank you. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. They got the job done. It's what you want to see. Had a good first half. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, Herb, I was telling you, don't bet on Cowboys money line necessarily. You definitely could have, but it's more so because of the defense. And honestly, the defense played good. Honestly, the true score of this game is not 37-22. It's more like 30-3. It's kind of what the Jets like to do is they like to go out there and suck for 3 quarters and then score garbage time points at the end of the game, which is kind of exactly what they did here. They scored 16 in the fourth. That's complete garbage time. You already lost the game. But this is kind of what I predicted in our other video. I was like, the Cowboys are going to win big. They're due for a big win. Obviously they tied with us, but those were less of offensive problems for either team and more of defensive problems, which is the only reason I had a little bit of concern for the Cowboys. But, clearly they got here. They allow 6, not 3, but 6 points through 3 quarters, 2 field goals. Yeah, I don't know. Justin Fields, he has no interceptions, 283 yards, but like I mentioned earlier, seems to be a lot of stat padding and garbage time. Or Dak, he's fairly accurate, 18 for 29, 237, and then he has 4 touchdowns on the day. So pretty great game from Dak, and then also like we were saying, Javonte Williams, great running back. 135 yards and a tud, so definitely a big win to pick up for the Cowboys after an unfortunate tie for them a week ago.
I think the story of the year for the Cowboys is the defense, obviously. They've run zone like 100% of the time all season, looked terrible. This this game they run man and zone. They look way better. The pass rush is getting home. Corners
Yep.
playing better. I think this is a real improvement in development. The Cowboys, I've been saying all year, they are a playoff team. I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think they are a playoff contender. They can win double-digit games. I had them winning 11 preseason. They look very improved from the past few weeks. You can say, oh, it's just the Jets. You gave up 40 or 37 to the Giants. This is improvement. And the Jets they're not a good team. They're good for being 0-5. They're not 0-5. They've had 3 one-score games. They could be 3-2 right now. We don't know. Yeah, massive improvement. The Cowboys got home. Their pass rushers look great. And yeah, the offensively, Dak is still looking amazing. The O-line, okay, we were missing 4 out of 5 starters on the O-line, and the O-line looked good still. And let me go over it. We were missing 4 O-linemen, starting safety, an edge rusher. We were missing our top 3 receiver in the league. We were missing our wide receiver 3 too. We were missing so many people, and we won by 30. I'm going to say 30 because that's what we really won by. And it was very impressive. I think the Cowboys found their head coach. Brian Schottenheimer has looked amazing as head coach. And it was Jerry Jones got flamed for hiring him. It was a bad hiring process. I didn't dislike the hire, but it was a bad hiring process. But Brian Schottenheimer has exceeded my expectations, and I was already pretty high on him. He's gotten the best out of Dak and his team. Javonte Williams is also the steal of free agency. He tore his ACL 2 or 3 years ago after having a really good rookie season, and he's looked amazing this year. It's incredible how good he's looked. I think the Cowboys are in a good position going forward. I think they have the Panthers next week and the Cardinals after that. They can stack up some wins right here and get like 3-4 games over 500 until they hit the gauntlet later in the season. I think they can hit their stride and get hot.
Yep. All right. Well, next game I have is at the Colts. They destroyed the Raiders, kind of expectedly. The Colts are hot. I think they're a pretty good. Like they're a good team. I mean, they were 6 for 6 in the red zone. The Raiders were 0-4. Geno threw 2 picks. Yeah, man. Geno's not that
It's
great.
so weird.
And I mean, I don't know. I think Ashton GT will be really good. I think he's going to be a really good running back in his career. He averaged 5 yards a carry, which isn't bad by any means. I mean, I just think it's an unmatched. I think, yeah.
Yeah. This game is really, really weird because obviously the Colts have looked very good, and I think after last week, even though they lost to the Rams, I think them contending with the Rams for all 4 quarters was a huge sign that they are, okay, this might be a seriously legit team. But, I mean, then they go and play the Raiders, and Geno Smith, 2 interceptions, like Chase was just saying. Yeah, like ugly interceptions, too, and Chase was so...
fault and the other was bad. But yeah, go ahead.
I know you'll get to this when you're doing your take on this, but you were high on him, and so just seeing Geno Smith, he has a serious problem with turning the ball over, and you don't lose by 34 because of 2 picks, but still, not good for your quarterback to be. I mean, if you can bet on Geno Smith interceptions, I'm sure the line would be over 1.5, not even just over half a pick, because he's just throwing one every single game, like at this point. And so, but then on the Indiana side of it, Daniel Jones goes 20 for 29, 212, 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones looks really, really good, and it's one of those things where you look at it and it really shows, you have teams that are just so bad at developing quarterbacks, and like the Giants are a great example of them, where you have these guys, the Jets too with Darnold, but you have these guys who you don't even know if they're good because they're just so bad on these teams, and then they go elsewhere and they look good. And so, obviously, only 5 weeks in, Daniel Jones could start being bad, but he looks great. And then Jonathan Taylor, 17 carries, 66 yards, 3 touchdowns. Huge game for Jonathan Taylor, who was starting to become underappreciated a little bit with his last couple of years. And so Jonathan Taylor's back in it, and then yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. The Colts keep rolling. They crush the Raiders at home, and yeah.
Yeah, Geno Smith, man. It's It's sad. He was so good with Seattle. He did not write back. So good for 3 straight seasons. Coming to the Jets looked terrible. But I will say, week 5 is not over yet. Buy stock. Stock is negative right now. I would have to pay you to buy Geno Smith stock, but buy it now. Geno Smith, because they're all in on him. They're not going to go in a different direction to Aiden O'Connell. Buy stock now. He will be better. And, yeah. The Colts. This just proves how much, like Callum said, situation matters. Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, all these high draft picks, it matters so much. For example, Patrick Mahomes went to Kansas City. It was match made in heaven. If he went to, this wasn't realistic, but say he went to the Bears, 2nd pick, and Trubisky went to the Chiefs, 10th pick. Who knows how that turns out? Maybe Mahomes will still be good, but is he great? I don't know. Is Trubisky great? Maybe. It shows how much it matters. And yeah, the Colts are for real. I don't know if Super Bowl contender, because Daniel Jones will limit them at some point. But yeah, I think the Colts are for real and showed this past week.
Yep. Next, I have the Carolina Panthers. They beat the Miami Dolphins without Tyreek Hill. Devon Achane runs for 16 yards on 10 carries. I don't know what that was. I mean, did terrible. 1.6 yards a carry. It's once again a coughing baby versus a coughing baby situation.
Dude, it's just stupid baby versus stupider baby.
Okay, I have a question. Were you watching Red Zone?
I was watching a little bit.
I watched it when I got home.
How do y'all feel about the announcer, Eric Collins, with the Panthers?
Oh,
Dolphins?
Yeah.
I
The one
hear it.
like yells every single time anything happens.
Like, oh,
He's the same guy.
Dude, I'm
He's the same
scared that
guy.
I could be that guy.
Have you seen the clip of the Baylor game where he's like running back and he's like, "Oh my God, he's still on his feet." And he's like, "Oh my goodness, it's gone." It's the same dude.
Like, I like energy, but every play, man.
Let me see, I have one saved somewhere of just okay.
So, another take on the game. Bryce Young, like this is.
I was
going to
say this.
Like he looks terrible first quarter, terrible second quarter, third and fourth quarter. He's putting together smart decisions, smart drives, great
24
drives,
points in the fourth
great
quarter.
plays. He looks great in the second half. Just inconsistent. He needs to put it all together, and he could be a good quarterback, but he just needs to. He's running out of time. He really is.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dolphin side, I hate to. This is gonna hurt your heart, but Devin Achane is a little overrated. He's through fantasy. He gets like force-fed receptions, and that just gives him like this really big fantasy value. He's just not that good. He's not that great of a runner, whether it's scheme or him or O-line, but nothing's really there. He's not that great. Another thing, Mike McDaniel for the Dolphins, he's going to get fired after this year, if not midway through, and whoever picks him up as an offensive coordinator that'd be a great hire. He is an amazing offensive mind. He will be a great offensive coordinator like he was before the Dolphins. And whoever gets him, it's a gift right in their lap, and I'd be excited if I were them.
This is the clip I was talking about. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, I have seen this.
This is like this every play.
Why is he
I
so
almost feel
excited,
like
bro?
that play though is justified because that
That's
play was so
justified.
ridiculous.
I know, but
he
think about
acts
that
like that every
single
play.
Yeah,
Every play. Like watch the highlights of
Yeah.
that game. And
Oh
you'll see.
my God!
yeah, that's a little much.
Like Callum,
But
Callum, do you know the Hornets announcer in NBA? How everyone
No.
likes him? You don't? Okay. Well, never mind. But it's the same announcer.
To the game though, like Chase was saying, I was gonna say Bryce Young, dude. Like Chase said as well, he's looked bad and he's looked good and he shows flashes. And this game, in the second half, I meant to say, he looked a lot better. He throws 2 touchdowns, does have an interception. They still come away with the win, but Bryce Young can be good. And then in reiterating, like Chase said though, he's running out of time. Like
Yeah.
he can't keep just showing flashes for years and years and years. He's gotta put it all together. On the Miami side, obviously they lost the game. They're 1-4. They took the loss Tyreek Hill last week, but
Not like bad.
Tua didn't even have that bad of a game. Um,
Well,
you could
I'd like to
he
add
should
on.
have been better. Yeah, he should have been better, but he still went 27 for 36, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had a well, I'm not going to say beautiful. He had a nice touchdown pass to Jalen Waddle, but the ball was underthrown. He's got problems where he's underthrowing his receivers. Same thing would happen with Tyreek Hill, where Tyreek Hill burns the defender, and he's wide open, and Tua just underthrows the ball. And so, obviously, it worked out in their favor. Jalen Waddle was wide open and got the touchdown, but it was an underthrown pass.
Mhm.
And then, Devon Achane did not have a great game.
Yep.
Rushing wise, he did have a touchdown receiving, but I don't know. Obviously, I was never high on the Dolphins. I always thought they were pretty bad, but
Oh.
they lose to the Panthers in this one, and
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
will
We'll
say
see.
Dolphins. Tua is not as bad as people made him out to be week 1 through 3. The offense isn't. They're not a good team. I'm not saying that, but the offense and Tua are better than the national media made them out to be the first few weeks of the season. They had a rough start. They look better now. But like them losing is good for the franchise. Tua is not the answer. It's like Bo Nix, like I always preach. They're gonna be stuck in mediocrity for years. They need to move on. They need to lose as many games as they can. They need to completely restart, get new coaches, get new personnel, and yeah, same thing with the Panthers. Honestly, I love Bryce Young, but he's running out of time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing to add on to this game. Chase was talking about whoever gets Mike McDaniel will be a great addition to their team.
Offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they'll get him.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I've been hearing, that it's not really his fault as much as like the front office or whatnot and the owner. Kind of like my whole last however many years of my whole life, my dad, who used to be a Dolphins fan a little bit, was just telling me like how the Dolphins just have like completely incompetent ownership. And they had their greatness in the 70s or whatnot, but I mean, you even think back a couple years ago, and
50
when they fired Brian Flores, they had no reason to fire him. He had a great season with them, and then they go and they fire him. And then, I mean, Mike McDaniel has been bad, but I mean, he comes from the Shanahan pipeline. I believe he could be a good offensive coordinator somewhere else.
Bad, underachieving. He can't win the big games. He doesn't beat. He won.
Or the cold games.
Yeah, that was a big game. What do I want to say? He won like one. He beat one good team in his whole career, or his whole like 3-year span with the Dolphins, and that was the Cowboys on Christmas Eve in Dak's MVP race. If Dak won that game, he wins MVP, and their defense let him down that last drive. Yeah, off top. Yeah. Mike McDaniel is a great offensive mind. He will be an amazing coordinator for whoever team gets them.
Yeah. All right. Heading into the mid-afternoon games, there was a couple really good games in this mid-afternoon slate. First one I'm talking about, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They beat the Seattle Seahawks. This game, the quarterbacks. First of all, I want to talk about as just alone. Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. I mean, they both were on the Panthers at the same time. Both were labeled as not great, bad quarterbacks. They move on. They turn into great quarterbacks. And, I mean, just alone in this game, Baker Mayfield throws 29 for 33, 379 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Sam Darnold, 28 for 34, 4 touchdowns, and 341 yards. Those are phenomenal games. It was an absolute back-and-forth thriller. I mean, you have 2 really, really good receivers on either side with Smith and Jibba and Egbuka. I mean, it was just a really fun game to watch. I love Baker Mayfield. He is so clutch in clutch time. Really unfortunate interception thrown at the end of the game there, where he threw it and it hit off the defensive line's helmet and deflected into the
Remember Sam
arms
Darnold?
of and that set up the Bucks to win the game. But I mean, it was a really fun game to watch. I love Baker Mayfield, as y'all know. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now, or top 6. But yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great game. Probably the best game of the day yesterday, to watch. And then obviously Baker has the game-winning drive at the end after they get the ball back. But like Herb was touching on, it's a great game for Seattle too. I think if you're a Seattle fan, you really shouldn't be that worried off of losing this game because Seattle's 3-2 now, but they could be 4-1. I mean, Seattle looks really, really good, and Sam Darnold looks really, really good. And I mean, Kenneth Walker has a decent game for them, but like Herb mentioned, JSN and Egbuka have nearly identical stats here. Egbuka is a little bit better, but they both have 7-8 receptions, over 100 yards, and a touchdown. And then Rachaad White for the Buccaneers looked really good, had 2 touchdowns on the day. Another storyline in this game, though, is offensive line play. Both offensive lines played great, and neither quarterback gets sacked, except Baker takes 1 sack at the very end of the game in the fourth quarter. But besides that, the whole game, neither quarterback takes a sack, so both of these guys, they're having time to throw, and that helps make this such an exciting game. But yeah, great win for the Bucks, but not by any means a bad loss for the Seahawks.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bucks. Baker is a gamer. He played amazing to end the game. Another thing, Emeka Egbuka, this season he's the best player in the Buccaneers. He is ridiculous. He is amazing. He is the perfect successor to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They have another 10 years of Emeka. He is really good, and they struck gold. So good.
Yep.
Yep. The Seahawks, I'd like to apologize to Sam Darnold. I thought that he would not be as good as he was with Minnesota last year, strictly because on the coaching change, even though I love Mike McDonald with the Seahawks. But he's playing better than he did last year. He's been very good. And another thing, JSN, he might be a top 5 receiver in the league. He is ridiculous. You look at the stats. He's averaging like 4.5 yards per route. Not per target, not per catch, per route ran. That is ridiculous. He is so good. Like, Ohio State pumping through these receivers through the NFL with Jeremiah Smith coming in the 2 years and Carnell Tate next year is ridiculous. It's overlooked even though it's looked on a lot. Seattle fans, do not hang your hat on this game. They look great. Both teams look good. And that's my takeaway.
Okay, next thing I want to get into...
I want to add one more thing before we move on. Chase was talking about how good Sam Darnold looked, and just to reiterate what he was talking about earlier, it just shows situation. Like, great coach in Minnesota, and he does good. Great offense in Minnesota, he does good. He goes to Seattle, he's in a great spot again, and he's looking even better than he did last year. Whereas, like, so many people wrote him off after he was in New York, just because he looked bad in New York. But it's like, New York is New York, and then New York goes, oh, we don't want Aaron Rodgers, and then now they go out in their own 5. So New York is just a mess.
Yeah. All right, well, next thing I want to get into, this was a weird freaking game.
Is this the Looney Tunes game?
This is the Looney Tunes game. Tennessee Titans will win by
Titans
1
Cardinals?
point against the Cardinals, bro.
There's nothing you can even say about this game.
I don't even know what to, like, this is the weirdest.
The Cardinals shouldn't have even
ever,
lost
man.
This game, like, times 5.
Not times 100, bro. Like stupidest way to lose a game. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like it is just so dumb. I have nothing to say on it.
This game is just ridiculous, and you see certain Cardinals fans that are blaming Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray's at fault for dropping the ball when you're walking into the end zone. Kyler Murray's at fault for wasn't there a really bad?
I thought you were saying it was actually his fault, but I understand.
No, it wasn't.
I was
Kyler Murray's not at fault for. I'm not 100% sure. I know that he fumbled once. I'm not sure if that was on him, but there's 2 other fumbles. That's 2 other turnovers, not on him. He's Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray did not play bad by any means. He went 23 for 31, 220 yards. He didn't have a touchdown. He was sacked 3 times. Again, sacks are not always the quarterback's fault. But I don't know. Like Herb said, there's just not really a whole lot you can say here. There's no reason to bench Kyler Murray after this game, but the Cardinals are just. I mean, they're just kind of a shit show. That's nothing else you can really say.
Yep.
I will show you why this is a terrible loss. The Titans are one of the worst teams of the century, of the 21st century. Genuinely, the Brian Callahan, the coach of the Titans, is atrocious. The offense is atrocious. The defense is atrocious. This is a common thing to say, but the Titans did not win this game. The Cardinals lost it. Jonathan Gannon, what he did, that's a fireable offense. Like, he's like basically kneeling the ball when they're only up by 2 and just giving the ball right back to them. And it's just terrible. I love to see it because the Cowboys play them in a few weeks, so hopefully it's a win there. But on the other side, Cam Ward, he has stuff to work on, but he made some damn good throws. He everybody knew he had a great arm, but he made some damn good throws, and that's promising. As a
Justify Braden's top 10 pick for quarterback.
No, yeah,
Cam Ward.
Cool celebration. His aura. He has a cool number 1 pick. I think that's
yeah. All right. Well, next game I want to talk about. Lions beat the Bengals. I was a little. I'm not like disappointed per se. I mean, you let up 24 points against the Bengals without Joe Burrow. Not great look.
Jamar Chase will do that to you.
He got 6 receptions for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's a great game. I mean, the defense still played good on the turnover battle. I think 3 interceptions. Looked solid. They put up 37 points. I mean, I still like the Lions a lot. I still like them to be in the NFC Championship, in my opinion. But, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say about this. Jared Goff played pretty good, 19 for 23, 258 yards, 3 touchdowns. But once again, it's against the Bengals, so it's not a great defense, but it's still an NFL team.
What I would like to say about that is that, and not completely because it's not as much as the Cowboys, but 21 fourth quarter points is a little bit garbage time. You know, the Lions already had won this game for sure going into the fourth. Jake Browning, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's sacked twice. He's like not really very accurate. I mean, you know, I think that they are very quickly going to be looking for someone else at quarterback for this season. I don't think they're just going to roll with Browning. You know, you've heard the speculation that they're, you know, trying to fill that spot. They don't want to just be done with the season this early. And then, like Chase said, Jamar Chase obviously still had six receptions, 110 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's just a great receiving talent. But yeah, I mean, the Bengals, you know, everyone kind of knew the Bengals were going to lose this game. It's like they lose Joe Burrow and they're going to be worse, but then it's not like they have a good defense that can carry them. They have a really bad defense as well. Jared Goff, 19 for 23, 258, 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery threw a touchdown pass in this game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did he? I didn't watch Red Zone. I was watching the Cowboy game.
Yeah, he did. David Montgomery had 1 completion for 3 yards and a touchdown. I'm not sure who he threw it to, but I was seeing that on like Instagram and whatnot that David Montgomery threw a passing touchdown. Yep. And then he also rushed for 65 yards and a touchdown. So Amon-Ra had eight receptions for 100 yards. So, you know, the Lions, I hate to say this, I hope that they lose out, but they just continue to lion and be thugs, but win games. So
I think the Lions' success is also showing Dan Campbell. They lost their defensive coordinator, their offensive coordinator, and they're still the same Lions, which Dan Campbell, he's that guy. He's an amazing coach. And Jake Browning, dude, might be the worst starting quarterback in the league right now. He's absolutely terrible. If you watch him play, he's insufferable. I don't know how you can be that bad on offense with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on the team, and it's just putrid. It's really putrid. Yep. I have one more thing. Oh yeah, Callum. I just had one thing. Looking at completion percentage, I don't think that mostly shows a quarterback being accurate or not. because there's more context that needs to be mattered. Because say it's
I
like
still think it still shows accuracy.
no, it
Did he
shows.
complete his passes?
Well, I mean, it doesn't show like
Like,
a
you have
screen
check down
pass.
throws.
A check down screen pass counts the same as a deep, perfect moon ball to a random receiver.
Maybe we're looking at accuracy different then, because I'm not saying like he threw the ball into the
Oh,
perfect spot.
no.
I'm just saying his completion percentage. How accurate was he with completions on the day?
Well, I still don't think it's good because what if the person who throws a better ball more accurately, the receiver drops it, according to the other one that throws a bad ball and the receiver has a crazy one-hand catch, but he doesn't
But
show
he still
that.
caught it. It's not.
But
It's
the
not
other
all
throw,
on.
but the other throw is more accurate, and they
Well,
dropped
yeah,
it.
I understand what you're saying, but I think we're talking about accuracy in two different ways. I'm talking about it in terms of completion percentage, whereas you're talking about it in terms of actual accuracy. Was the ball actually a great ball or not?
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Whenever
fair.
I say accuracy, just think of it as like okay, how much of his passes did he complete, rather than how great were his balls. Okay.
I think efficient. I think efficient would be a good word for you to use.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
Dodgers just
Yeah.
took the lead
Saw
in
that.
the
I'm
seventh.
watching right here.
Nice. Yeah.
Not nice.
I think second to last game we could talk about. Monday Night Football is about to start.
Commanders.
Yeah,
Commanders
we got
at
Commanders.
Chargers.
They beat the Chargers. Jaden Daniels makes his return after being injured. JCM has a really, really good game. 111 rushing yards.
Yeah, he
2
leads their
touchdowns,
rushing.
14
Bill.
carries.
Bill.
Yeah. I mean, Jaden Daniels looked okay. 15 for 26. Obviously not phenomenal. 1 touchdown. I mean, the Chargers chargered, kind of like Callum said in another episode they all see. They tend to play inconsistent. Justin Herbert didn't have a bad game. The interception was bad. I mean, 22 for 29, 1 touchdown. The interception was bad. But I mean, he didn't have a terrible game by any means. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say on the game, really.
I don't really know what to say about this game because I would have picked the Chargers to win by 1-2 touchdowns, but it's just like I don't even know. It's like I said, like Herb said, the Chargers they'll just start charging, and it's like, they're up 10-0 after the first quarter, and it's like okay, they're looking okay, but then that's it. They don't score for the rest of the game. Their offensive line is honestly kind of putrid. Herbert is. Oh, did you say that earlier?
I said the exact same words. I said putrid too.
I didn't know you said putrid.
Yeah.
But okay, awful. It's awful. They allow Herbert to be sacked 4 times. Then when Trey Lance comes in, he gets sacked again. They can't run the ball. Herbert is their lead rusher on the day. 4 carries for 60 yards. Amarian Hampton can't get going. Keenan Allen. Oh, did he get hurt?
That shit, man. Let the guy talk. Fuck. I wanted to look.
But
good.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was hurt. But Keenan Allen, 5 receptions. Quentin Johnson, 4 receptions. But I really don't even know what's going on with the Chargers team at this point. They lose to the Giants, and it's like, well, they'll probably beat the Commanders because the Commanders haven't been too hot. And then they go out and they lose by 17 to the Commanders. So it's really like I really don't know what's the solution here. Obviously, they could go after offensive line prospects in the draft, but they just kind of do this stuff every year.
No, I
That's all I have to
I
say.
can tell you what the issue is. Like I said on another episode, the O line is putrid. It's terrible, and they don't need to get prospects in the draft. Their right tackle, their All-Pro right tackle, towards ACL. He's out for the season. Their All-Pro left tackle is also out for indefinitely because of I forget what it was. Maybe an ankle sprain, high ankle sprain. But it's the O line. Justin Herbert played amazing. he played amazing yesterday or whenever they played. They he was Superman. He played like Josh Allen. He played amazing. He's it's People always say this, but it really isn't his fault. We've been saying that for years, but it's just not his fault. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he gets no help. The running game wasn't there. Hampton was hurt. It's and they want to run the ball. Harbaugh is a run. He's a trench guy. They want to run the ball, and you can't be a trench guy with no trenches. They need to get healthy. With a good O line, which they can be healthy, they are a Super Bowl contender, and I am that's for sure in my eyes.
Yeah. Okay, heading into Sunday Night Football. Weird game. Patriots beat the Bills. I mean, Josh Allen didn't play bad by any means. Had an interception, 2 touchdowns, 253 yards, total. He was the leading rusher for the Bills in this game. James Cook, 15 carries for 49 yards, and Josh Allen had 9 carries for 53 yards, which was kind of annoying. I have James Cook in fantasy. He kind of lost me the week, to be honest. But, I mean, and you had Dalton Kincaid as the leading receiver, which isn't that absurd for the Bills in specific. But, I mean, yeah, just a tough loss. The Patriots are a good team. Drake May is a top 15 quarterback in the league, top 10 arguably. I mean, Stephon Diggs received about 150 yards. I don't have a ton to say. I mean, it was disappointing for the Bills. Obviously, you want to win and get to that 5-0 start, but fall short of it. You know.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that this game is like really like that surprising. Like I'm obviously surprised the Bills
Yeah.
lost and everyone had the Bills losing, but it's really kind of the game to show people who didn't already believe that New England is kind of legit. You know, New England's good. Drake May's good. Stephon Diggs had a revenge game, kind of. Honestly, he played great last night.
He had a very
Yeah.
He won the game for them. Him and Drake May. They won the game together.
He was great. And Josh Allen, you know, you don't really blame the game on Josh Allen, but it was one of those games where there's nothing fluky, there's no this. The Patriots just beat the Bills. Like the Bills just got completely beat by the Patriots in all facets of the game, and yeah, I think it's a huge win for the Patriots. It's a divisional win for the Patriots, and it opens some people's eyes to the Patriots.
Yeah, I was on the Patriots before the season started. I love Drake. I think going back to the 2024 quarterback draft class, Caleb Williams, Jay Daniels, Drake May, they're all going to be stars. I think they're all really good. Drake May could be the best of them all. He's a mini Josh Allen. Great arm, great instincts, great processing, great athletic tools. He's I I almost put him at number 10 in my top 10 quarterback rankings, which y'all will see later on. And he's really good. And another reason why I was high on him coming in the season, the Patriots spent a lot of money in free agency. They want to contend, and they're looking to build wins. If you look at their schedule, the next 3 games, they're really easy. They can be 6-2 in the next 3 weeks, and I would not be surprised if they were. They are a playoff team. They can win a playoff game too. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that pretty much wraps it up on NFL.
Monday Night Football is starting soon.
Yeah, about to start, like 5 minutes. Quickly, I do want to touch on so far in the division series for baseball. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. The Blue Jays are surprising me by the margins they're winning by, which, I mean, Chase, I mean, Callum was bragging to me because he was like, I mean, Chase said that it was going to be Yankees in 4 or whatever he predicts, and it was like, all this kind of stuff. I don't know. The Jays are beating
Why
with
are
their
you bragging
bats.
about that?
I don't know if bragging's the right word.
It's just
No,
like
I was just like I had the
Yeah.
Blue Jays in
Yeah,
our video
congratulations, Callum.
winning big, and you're like, no, the Yankees are they're so good and they're hitters, and where do the Blue Jays outmatch the Yankees? And I was like, I think the Blue Jays are just an all-around better team, and so then them winning by like 10 both games, it's just
Yeah, in my opinion, you had your opinion. Like it's like it was just we were just indifferent, and you're looking right. I mean,
I don't know why you're taking it like this. It's not like me hating on you. It's just like
it sounds
look
like
at
it is. It's like, oh, Chase thinks he knows so much fucking shit. Chase is fucking wrong. I'm fucking wrong.
why is he so upset?
Okay, well,
Oh,
I
shit,
mean,
no.
yeah, and
Oh,
then you
wrong.
also have the Dodgers. They come back and beat the Sox in Game 1. They're winning right now, I believe. In Game 2, right? It's Game 2. Yeah,
The
Game 2.
Sox?
Or not the Sox. What the? I'm thinking about the wild card round. Who are they playing right now? I honestly kind of forgot.
Who?
The Dodgers.
The Tigers and the Mariners? Oh, the Dodgers playing the Phillies.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And the
They
Dodgers
won.
are up 4-0
so-
right now after the
Yeah,
top of the 7th.
yeah. They're looking pretty solid. It's definitely interesting. The Brewers also destroyed the Cubs Game 1. They're playing Game 2 here in an hour or so.
An hour,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll have more insight on it whenever everything's said and done. We're on to the championship series, but I mean, yeah, I just wanted to quickly talk about it real quick. But yeah,
I'll say
Yeah,
another
Churio.
thing. I
First
stand on my
player.
critique on the Yankees outmatching them, and it's baseball. It can happen like that. Just how it is.
yeah,
The
I don't
Yankees
necessarily disagree.
are better lineup. And another thing
Yeah.
I had in there, I said Vladdy's that guy. Like, and I was correct on that. I
Dude,
said
that was
wasn't
crazy.
surprised, and he's
Was that
winning
like the
big ball
first pitch of the game or first at bat? Right away,
there,
Vladdy
man.
sends it out.
Yeah, I think.
And did he have a grand slam?
Yeah, I think that take should be brought up in that shit talk too. I said Vladdy would have a big series.
Churio, first player in postseason history to have 3 hits through 2 innings. I was obviously happy to see.
Yeah,
I find that hard to believe. And history,
Well, 'cause they-
baseball history is rich. I mean, I'm not
In,
saying wrong, I'm just saying.
In postseason history, at least.
Oh yeah. But in like their first game or something.
I want to say it's in to have 3 hits through 2 innings.
I mean,
I
I'll be
wouldn't put it
shocked.
past him.
But like baseball history, man, like over
Yeah.
100
I don't know. I kept hearing that stat, and they were saying it on the broadcast. So
That's a lot of history to be number one.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
All right. Well, not a lot to touch on baseball. I want to quickly touch on the NHL real quick. The season starts tomorrow, on Tuesday. I want to talk about the odds for the Cup. I know we've kind of talked about our favorites from each division, who our Cup final is going to be. I disagree with ESPN's odds to win the Cup very strongly. I think it's stupid. I think that they're dumb. They hate on. First of all, I'm biased. The Dallas Stars. I think that the NHL, and ESPN and everyone that's involved in hockey just like shits on the Stars for no reason because they're a Southern team. Same thing with Florida. I think that it should be. They have Edmonton, Carolina, and Colorado at plus 800 to win the Cup. I don't think that Colorado I can see. Edmonton I don't. I think they're doing it because of Connor McDavid. I think that they should be a little bit lower. I mean, they have made the Cup final 3 years in a row, or 2 years in a row, or whatever. And I don't know. I think that their window is closing currently. On the way down. I think that Vegas,
I think the only
Florida,
thing
Dallas,
crazy about
Colorado,
those
Carolina
is
should all be
Edmonton.
similar. Yeah, but I think that Vegas, Florida, and Dallas should all be above Edmonton.
I think that obviously Vegas looks really good this year. So does Dallas. Florida, will they three-peat though? Is kind of the question there. Whereas like with Edmonton, obviously McDavid is a big reason why they're going to go ahead and put Edmonton plus 800. But I think Carolina and Colorado could easily be plus 800 teams there. But I definitely don't agree with Edmonton. I think that the unlikely event that Edmonton makes it to a third straight cup, they would probably just lose a third straight cup.
It's so annoying because the Oilers always seem inevitable to make the Cup final because of Connor McDavid, because of how good he is. He just like single-handedly propels the team every single postseason, and it pisses me off because I don't like I like Connor McDavid, but I don't like Connor McDavid because of what he's done.
Last year, it's just like the Stars got so worked out. They go to 7 against Colorado, and then I think they go, was it 5 or 6 against Winnipeg?
It was
6, I believe.
Six, yeah.
I believe it was 6 games against Winnipeg, and then they had to go play in Edmonton. And so let's say they beat Edmonton, now they go play Florida. It's just an absolute gauntlet of a postseason schedule for the Stars there.
Well,
and then you have
the same against every team. I mean, playoffs, you got to go through.
I don't think anyone had it harder last year than Dallas in terms of opponents to get to the cup, to win the cup. I don't think anyone had it tougher.
But I'm just saying it takes a toll on everybody. I mean, just because they're better, it's still hard.
It's still hard for everybody, but no one had as hard of a time to win the cup as the Stars would.
No, I agree. Equally as tired.
And then, I have one more thing to say on this. Pete DeBoer goes and pulls Jake Ottinger in that I believe that was game 6 or game 5 against.
It was game 5 because we lost in 5.
Yeah, game 5 against Edmonton, which was just terrible decision to do. You pull your starter there, you embarrass your starter, make him walk all the way back, and then you have Casey DeSmith in the rest of the game, and then after the game he's talking about how physical hockey isn't our brand. And so, I think that's also a big reason why Edmonton goes to the cup that last year again, is because what the hell do you mean physical hockey isn't your brand? It's the NHL postseason. You're not going to get anywhere without being physical. And so, we'll see the new coach in Dallas this year, how things will go. But I find it hard to believe that it could be worse than last year, where DeBoer's not really doing a whole lot. The Stars are just so talented.
I think the physicality aspect of it, I don't agree with at all, because I agree that we should be more physical. I don't agree with DeBoer at all because, like you said, it's the NHL playoffs. It's one of the most physical sports in the world. Especially in playoffs where the emotions are so much higher and it's known to be such a physical run. That adds a toll onto what kind of talk about how rigorous, I guess, the path to the cup was for the Stars. You play Colorado, you play Winnipeg with the best goalie, you play Edmonton with the best player in hockey. I mean, you're playing those 3 teams alone is insane. And then you eventually, if you did win that series against Edmonton, you'd have to play the reigning Stanley Cup champions. I mean, I agree with you there where it's like you did have the most rigorous schedule, and that's where I feel like it's kind of been an issue for the Stars, and a reason why they can't get over the hump to get to the finals is because you cannot abandon your goalie like Jake Ottinger. You can't just throw him under the bus. You can't just get rid of him, and that's a big reason I think
change the lines or something.
That's what DeBoer was known to do, and I think that I don't know, man. A big aspect and a big storyline of each of the runs where the Stars have fallen short is Jake Ottinger is always getting tired, and I feel like that's why Casey DeSmith is such a good addition as long as he can stay healthy. He takes a lot of the weight off in those regular season games where the Stars aren't really pushing for first in the division anymore, or like a different spot in the division. You don't have to play Jake Ottinger as much. Give him some rest as much as you can. Get him prepared for the playoffs. And then you're getting beaten down if you're not playing physical hockey. You're not fighting back at all. You're just taking beating essentially over and over again. You have a select few players that will, like Bischel and Ben, that will play physical hockey, but you got to teach your players to hit back. Like, you can't just take the fucking hit every single time, because if you do that, you're just going to get tired. You're going to get hurt. You're gonna what the NHL playoffs are, and it made me mad that DeBoer did that, and I'm happy that he's gone because he's a known coach that can't get over the hump ever. Because I don't know, he did with Vegas, he did with Dallas. Yeah. I don't know.
One more thing I have to say that's like you were talking about.
Let me add some stuff on.
I just have a quick thing to say about Jake Ottinger, where, like you said, it's almost like a Stars defensive problem, where Jake Ottinger is so good, but it gets to a point where, you're going to lose the game when you allow 40 shots on goal a game. Some of them are going to eventually go in. And so he just gets tired down. He gets tired down as they go to a bunch of games, and then they just allow shot on goal after shot on goal.
It's
not a winning formula.
Game 5, they only had like 22 shots on goal, I think.
It's not necessarily
didn't have that many shots on goal.
The early goals were big.
It's not necessarily the defense that was the problem. It was the lack of offensive effectiveness. They weren't being effective on offense, and they were turning over the puck in the offensive zone way too much, and it gave rushes and possession back to the other team, They would get more shots on goal in turn because of that. Our defense of pairings with Harley and Heiskanen and Lindell, and I honestly think that they're capable of being a really they're a top half of the NHL, a better defense on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have one of the best defensive players in Miro Heiskanen. You have.
I'll raise my hand then.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta let Chase talk.
Go ahead.
Okay, I like to add. I have a little bit of a hot take. I don't fully believe it though. Pulling Ottinger is a little justifiable. The team goes down 3-0 early. You need some type of spark to wake them up. Maybe that's not the right way. You got to do something. 3-0.
You should have. I don't disagree with that. I think that you should have pulled him and put him back in like the second or third period.
I agree with that. Like,
just taking him out and not.
But it's kind of hard because like you take him out at 3-0, you get up to 3-2. It's going good, but like, and then imagine you put him back in, and then they score multiple goals after that, after going up and making it a game, making it 3-2. It looks bad. You should. I mean, it's kind of just a sticky situation. I don't know. I agree with that, but it would have been hard to after how good it looked in midway through period number 2, and I mean, yeah, but. Yep. Another thing, Stars got kind of lucky. They shouldn't have been there. They should have lost to Colorado in Game 7. We had to get
I wouldn't say lucky.
We were down 2-0 with like 10 minutes left, or like 14.
There was a little bit of luck, especially with that one goal by Rantanen where he wraps around and hit it off the defensive player's skate. I mean...
But that happened to us constantly, where it would go off of one of our players' skates.
That the Stars were very, very... At least in the first half of the playoff, we were very, very, very unlucky with the goals that were going in. Because a lot of the goals weren't necessarily our fault defensively. They would just throw some dumb stuff up, and it would just go in. And like it would ricochet off of like a defender's skate and just like be in the net. And we'd be like, bro.
Game
like,
7 Calgary, 2021.
Chest, knee, skate.
That wasn't really
in. It's like, bro.
That goal wasn't really as much of a bad bounce. It was just like a weird shot.
Not bad bounce. I'm just saying like the angle. It was just bullshit goal. After like the game order, that's how it ends, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah, that's all we really got for this.
Connor McDavid taking the discount on his extension. 12 and a half is a lot, but for him, that's not a lot.
Especially after the Minnesota contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The discount.
He should have been paid so much more.
I don't think he should have extended it with Edmonton.
Should have came to Dallas,
I don't think he's gonna win a cup there. I think he should have explored the market more.
It was rumored that he could that the Stars were one of the best fits for Connor McDavid.
Oh, I mean he is, but they would have to.
They would have to move so much money around. You have to move so much money around. Because you'd have to.
What would you do as a GM? No Robertson.
I would rather sign McDavid than Robertson.
But yeah, of course.
Well, yeah.
But Robertson is asking for
I would rather have
Robertson
than Cody Ceci.
No, Callum, it's not that. I mean,
it's pretty.
It's more than that. It's not a 1-for-1. It's more than just that.
Jason Robertson is asking right now for the same amount of money that Connor McDavid got in his deal at $12 million. $12 million.
Like
he's not.
Jason Robertson's worth like 8.
A little bit more. I'd say 10. Jason Robertson's good.
What scares you?
Let me raise my hand again.
He's a very situational player. Like he's a right place, right time player. He's not really he doesn't step up when he needs to. In the playoffs, he's not that present. You have other guys that kind of step up, and that's what kind of scares me. And why I think that last season, what the move should have been is we try to trade Jason Robertson for Brady Tkachuk in Ottawa. I think that would have been a great deal. I think at the beginning of the season you could have done that, and they would have maybe thought about taking the deal. Now they won't. But I think that the Stars may now look at maybe trading him at the deadline, depending on how he plays in the regular season. It's not really likely, but if I'm Jim Nill, I'm at least looking at it to see what return I can get, and like what if I can get someone that produces more playoff productivity, especially with like Rantanen added onto it, and you push all your chips again into the pot to try and go and get a cup. I mean, I wouldn't be that surprised if they traded Robertson away, and I wouldn't be that mad either, really.
The thing that scares me that we don't want to pay him the money he's asking for, but I feel like a team like maybe the Ducks would pay him that, and I think he knows that. So I don't think he's scared of
Mhm.
not taking a deal and we just lose him for nothing. I think
No,
that's the
no.
one thing.
That's why I think you try to either get him
I
extended,
would
and
trade him at the deadline.
if you can't get him extended by the deadline, you trade him away.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it. I'd be happy, depending on the return, I guess. But I mean, just getting someone that, like, even I wouldn't even be that mad about someone that doesn't have the same amount of skill as him. I would be willing to be a seller on the trade rather than him, like you said, leaving and just us getting nothing. Because if we sold him away for a mid I wouldn't say mid I would say a decent forward or a defenseman, which the Stars kind of do need with that last pairing. Um, I wouldn't be that mad. I mean, you kind of need someone that's going to produce more.
It could also be like addition by subtraction. I mean, Robertson's a good player, so I don't think that fully fits it. But I mean, he has his moments, but he also has his bad moments. So
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add onto that.
Season
Yeah, exactly. Season tomorrow.
I'm
I
excited.
probably will be watching Dana White's Contender Series, but
I'll watch that. I'll probably watch. There's
I'm trying to
Who plays
get
at
to
5?
the AA for
I
on
think
the
it's
14th, I believe. Home opener.
we
I'm going to try and be there in Dallas. So
What'd you say,
we
Herb?
got a mid game. We got like a terrible game tomorrow for the NHL. I
Blackhawks
forgot who it
Panthers?
is. No, oh, Penguins Rangers.
oh, there's no
Callum,
Stars tomorrow.
No.
No,
Will you be
Stars
turned?
Oh,
start
okay.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Callum,
What
will
is-
you be tuned
against
in at
Winnipeg.
7 o'clock tomorrow? Rangers
To the Dana
Penguins?
White's Contender Series, I will be
Rangers
tuned in.
Penguins.
No,
Why?
I will not be turned into the Metropolitan matchup.
Why?
I'll watch it. I'll watch Blackhawks Bruins, even though that's Battle of Mid too. That's also a terrible matchup.
Because I'd rather watch Dana White's Contender Series. It's exciting.
Oh wait, no, it's not Blackhawks Bruins. It's Blackhawks Panthers. That's just gonna be Panthers BTA, I think. I mean,
Bedard,
but it's also hockey though, because hockey isn't really can't really predict it a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got on NHL, and that's all I have left listed to
yeah, I
talk
think that's
about
all we
here.
have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of episode 7. Thank y'all for watching.
Yeah,
and,
if you have any comments or anything to add on any of our takes today, let us know. But yeah,
yeah,
we'll see you guys next time.
See you in episode 8.
Under. Under.